Yo, what's up, y'all? This your boy Raw coming at you raw. I got a new video for you dudes. But first, before we get any further, drop a like on the video, show some support, as well as subscribe here for more gaming news from console to PC, maybe even tablets and phones. My boy Link is gonna be in the description to his channel. But without further ado, Fresh, say hey to the people.
What is up, everybody? PrinceThaGamer, aka Mr. Fence, aka Mr. Straight to the Topic. And let's get straight to the topic.
Let me say this. We're tired, man. We've been doing gaming talk episodes, which we actually just finished gaming talk 12S, which will talk about the third-party developers and their predictions for E3. We were gonna roll those out throughout the week. Prior to this video, but I guess you say after this video. Anyway, this is the news. PlayStation 4 might be in some trouble when it comes to VR. Not PlayStation 4.5, which we will get into, but this is news that's been on Kotaku, IGN, and other places like the PS4 Tech. And this guy is anonymous, right? Chief Technical Officer, CTO. The kids are saying it these days. It's saying that VR on their original PS4 Tech would be truly awful, or it say was truly awful. In quotes. Now, we all have launched PS4s. At least I do. I bought my PS4 the same year when it dropped, the same year when it came out. That's the launch PS4 fresh. And this technical officer, this CTO, as the kids are saying it, he's keeping his name anonymous because he doesn't want to get fired. You know, am I saying it wrong? Anonymous?
Yeah, anonymous, yeah.
Cool. Anyway.
He don't want nobody. I see.
He trying to protect his kids. You know, he trying to get his kids through college and stuff.
Yeah, he trying to protect his name. You know, one of them fanboys gonna go out there and something to him. No good.
They gonna be chasing that dude if they find out what he said, because the PS4 VR is coming out when fresh in October, right?
October, yeah. Well, not an official release date, but October this year.
Yes, it comes out in October. Now we know the PS4 VR comes with this adapter. It's like a mini PS4 power unit. Now, who knows, will that power unit be enough to contain the power that VR needs? Because VR is a very demanding technology. In those rumors, as well as those articles, talk about how they asking Sony for stronger hardware. VR developers are asking Sony for stronger hardware to run their systems. Now, I can see this two or three things happening fresh. Okay, this guy is legit, and PSVR won't be able to run on our current PS4s because me and you got launched PS4s, and here it specifically says launch PS4 are terrible for VR, aka PlayStation VR. This is one of two things. It could work with this AEC unit that's coming with this adapter thing. That would help take the edge off of the launch PS4s, or it won't work, and that's how they're going to sell us PS4K. First of all, how do you feel about all this?
I mean, you already know how I feel about it. I'm not a fan of this thing at all. As honestly, look, that's bull crap. That is bull crap, because if that's the case, why do I see people testing out these VRs in different booths, and I see a PS4 running it? What's the problem? Like, what is I see people like excited and they're happy about this. Like, how is that even possible to see somebody else playing it and they're not saying it's horrible? Somebody would have said something. Somebody would like, oh man, it's crappy. They do seem like they need better hardware. That somebody would say that. You don't think like all these game testers and developers out here, somebody at least one more person would have said that. You would have like a crowd of people saying like a lot of people tried out VR. They would have said, yeah, it's nice and all, but they probably need to beef it up a little bit more. Somebody would have said that.
Mm.
And you seen it in the background running on the PS4. So that's why it's like, all right, I kind of don't believe it, but then everybody has their own opinion, about this because you got other competitors like Oculus and Vive and all that. He probably looked at those and was like, dang, compared to them, PSVR is a little crappy. It's probably to him is like that. He probably is not, understandable when it comes to that, PC. He probably is understandable. Man, look at his job. But at the end of the day, I was trying to say, they got that thing connected to. Hold on. When they say launch PS4s, we have launched PS4s. Right? We
Yeah,
got
and I
that.
thought
But
thought
what
we
about people
confirmed
who
that.
bought? Yeah. But I'm saying like, what about
But it's
people who
people who
bought
bought it this year or
like
last year,
the Uncharted PS4 or
because there is new
the
PS4s.
PS4 this year?
There are like quieter PS4s models that's out there. Um, he at the end of the day, we don't know what he mean by launch PS4s. If I want to say that, but if PlayStation VR can't run on people's PS4s that bought it 3 years ago, that's understandable. To be honest with you, Fresh, that's understandable. Like, to be honest, this is 3 year old console, and VR is expensive. VR is expensive technology that Sony is trying to develop at a loss, but they're saying they're not losing any money on the deal because PSVR is the cheapest out of all the VR headsets, Oculus and Vive, the PC versions of VR. And just before we get too far, I just wanted to tell you the specs on this PS4.5. It will feature 8 Jaguar cores at 2.1 gigahertz and improved AMD GCN 36CUs at 911 HZ MHZ, 8 gigabyte of GDDR5 memory and 4K image output. Now that Nick's PS4 sounds like it could be able to do what Sony wants to. Because look, Sony doesn't want to put out crap. You know, what I mean, they all about that
Yeah.
quality. They don't want to put out crap. And if at E3, we're gonna find out if they're going to say, "Hey, PS4s that came out 3 years ago won't be able to run PS4 VR correctly. You'll be able to run it, but it
Mhm.
won't be pleasing to the eye. It won't be pleasing to yourself. We advise you to pick up the PS4.5 if you bought a PS4 3 years ago or 2 years ago. But every PS4 that was shipped out with the new, improved version, I think my little brother has the new one. Uh, yeah, he's in New Orleans right now. He
Yeah.
has the one with the matted top and the matted bottom. Those
Oh, the matted
PS4s, they
top.
may
Okay.
say that can run it. That can run it. But
Yeah.
the 3 years ago ones,
Those the ones I see in the background actually playing VR. I see them in the background in the booth.
mm,
Those matte PS4s. So you might be actually right about that, but I don't know, man. Like they
that
should have
means
said
we
this
gonna
three.
have
They
to
should have
pay like
said
eight hundred
this.
dollars. You know what I mean?
No, but they should have said this though. They should have said like, why have a release date for VR? If you should have planned this. You should have said, all right, I want to give you guys a new console. I mean, we're gonna be like, they should have just waited to release VR next year because, and the reason why they probably doing it this year is because the other competitors they're gonna
Yeah,
lose if
they're
they don't
forcing
break it
them.
out this year. They're
Yeah,
forcing them, so it's sad. Like I'd rather get a new PS4 this year and then get VR next year. It makes sense
it makes
to have it
sense
ready.
definitely. So you won't have to drop $800. Like
Yeah,
if No Man's Sky gets announced because it got delayed. Our latest gaming talk video before this, we talk about how Mighty
yep.
Number Nine and No Man's Sky is coming at the same time, but it's been confirmed by Sean Murray. And at the end of the day, if
Wah,
that
wah,
game
wah.
if that game gets pushed back to add VR capable systems in that game, like I'm gonna want to buy a PS4 VR. Like seriously, I'm gonna want to buy And I don't know if you could hear it. Like notifications are coming across my screen. I should have turned that off. So bear with me through all those notification sounds if you can hear it in the background. But anyway, yeah. Uh, Look, let me see the timer. Make sure we don't go over. We got 4 minutes left on the clock. Fresh.
4 minutes.
I wanted to talk to you also about. I want to talk to you also about. And we can go back to PS4.5 if we have time. The
Hmm.
new Xbox Scorpio. If you have those notes in front of you, if you could tell us what
Yep.
that console is going to be trying to push out and what's going to be inside under the hood.
Well, for Xbox, besides the smaller one that's coming out this year,
Rumored.
Xbox Slim, whatever you want to call it, rumored. Yep, exactly. Rumor sources saying that there's a more powerful Xbox One coming next year, and it's supposed to be 4 times more powerful than its current model and the PS4.5 or PS Neo, whatever you call it. I'm sick of these names, man.
These are the code names.
NX and all these code names, man. It's too cold outside. All these code
Oh,
names. It's a shame.
let me say this, Fresh. Let
Um,
me say this.
yeah.
We're not
Yeah,
going to
go ahead.
talk too much about the Scorpio, but just for context with
Yeah,
the
that was
PS
enough. Yeah.
4.5,
Hmm.
did you already say what's under the hood already?
They didn't tell you it was under. Oh yeah, they said supposed to be running at 6 teraflops and the Xbox One running at 1 teraflop.
Wow.
That's that's
Still,
that's a big deal, right?
yeah, it's still good because some PCs, you know what I mean? Like when people say PC master race, like every PC in the world can't run at 1080p 60. You know what I mean? Like that's only big rigs. PS4 and PS4 and um, Xbox, they do a good job at what they're doing because like you're
Yeah.
running games like Destiny at this
Hmm.
at great looking visuals as well as games like Uncharted. So I think the consoles
Yeah. This is
now are powerful, but the next ones are going to be
yeah. It's
stronger. Well, my
exactly. It's
question is,
also
yeah,
having
go ahead.
4K capabilities with it as well. So it's
Yeah,
gonna have 4K
yeah.
stuff in there. So
My question is to you. And they already said that with an Xbox being that strong, they can probably run Oculus. So it's going to be Oculus versus PlayStation VR. Sony needs to debunk this rumor, and it's already PlayStation versus, you know, uh,
yeah.
PC has always been that, PSVR
Hmm.
versus Oculus and Vive. But right now, Vive and Oculus are too expensive, uh, and PlayStation VR is at a perfect price point to be competitive. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
if Xbox's next console come out to run Oculus, I'm thinking that console might be like $700, $600. At the end of the day, Fresh, are you
Hold
willing
up.
to buy a PS4.5 to play your VR?
That depends. That depends on if it come out this year or next year. If the P, like I said, PS 4.5 come out first, I get it. It seems like they just only want us to buy a PSVR.
The
Like,
only
look,
one is
we're not
about
gonna have a console
PSVR.
to play it on. They only just want us to buy that and then not play
I
it.
think they are rushing it because they want
They
to
are
be
rushing it.
competitive. I think they should
Hmm.
push back VR into the next year and release the new console that can run it properly. And they should do this. And this is the crazy thing, though. They announced the release date for VR, Sony themselves. So them pushing it back is going to probably look a little bit sad. But it's going to be
They ain't
worth it
give a
because
specific release date or number because they don't know. Oh,
didn't they just say October? Like they should just
they
say
said October with no number.
we're pushing
Uh,
VR to March 9th. Rob Wilson's birthday, man, happy birthday. And the
I,
new
yeah, I
PlayStation
see that happening.
February. So I will see that happening before because then that means wow, man, like you can take your money off of VR and you'll just put it on next time. Oh wow, that's the timer. Let me say this before we
That's the
leave,
timer.
Fresh. I want the viewers to
Yeah.
tell us, would you buy a PS 4.5 to play and to use PlayStation VR? I would like to know. And also, is this some bull crap? Like Fresh was saying, like
Yep.
why talk about VR when it's not ready? I would like to hear your comments in the comment section below. First, thank you for coming out, and stay
Thanks for
tuned
having
for
me.
it's my pleasure. And stay tuned for gaming talks after this and before. and subscribe to all our channels in support.
One more thing.
It's over.
PS4.5 sad or good? Right down in that comment section. Subscribe to my channel. Pieces. Oh.
That is good. This has been raw, coming at you raw. Pieces.
Oh, well, I want to see more virtual reality, and then they can give me a release date for Horizon Zero Dawn. I need to know how much the collector's edition is. And so I can pre-order that.
2017.
No, it's not 2016.
No, it's not.
Then give me a Slim, and give me
Dude, State of Decay 2 will be a mic dropper for me personally, because State of Decay was just an awesome game. Pixel, if you never played that game, you should go get the Xbox One version of State of Decay and mess with it. I would love to see a live stream of you doing that, if not a playthrough series, because that game.
I got dust off my Xbox.
Hold on, they got it on Xbox
You
One?
right.